everyone, today at Genergy we're diving deep into selecting the perfect generator tailored to individual needs. Whether you require one with 1000, 2000, 7000 or even 8000 watts, we'll guide you step by step to determine the wattage you truly need. Let's explore, detail the intro and tackle this topic together. Well, the way to choose a generator for my use is to know what use I am going to give it, if of course what I want is to power a country house. Farmhouse there on the mountain, look how beautiful. Well, this may be the case and I want a generator to take it to me and bring it to me without leaving anything there. It's very possible. I think we should even see my house's electricity bill. That is, how much am I spending on average per year in my house? You know the bill. Look, here I put a standard invoice on the screen. If you realize, there is a contracted power that we see here, 5000 or so, and there is energy used, and we are seeing 300 and up kilowatt hours. That's 3000 watts. 3000 watts that this type of house consumes on average per month is what the average consumption. So if you are seeing this bill for your house and you want to buy a generator for that farmhouse, for that place, you can say, well, okay, I know there's those 3000 odd watts, 3000 odd watts here, but I'm not going to have this there. Discount that or do something else that is even simpler. Look, we're going to the equipment. I'm going to hook up. I'm going to have a 2200 watt radial. A radial, I'm going to have an 810 watt drill. This is a watt. I'm going to have a fridge that says it draws 81 watts. I may even have some of the things I'm looking at that instead of putting watts on me, they put horses on me and it says I'm going to have a 1 hour motor P. Joe, I don't know how much a horse is anymore because I was doing very well. I just had to add the watts, but now it turns out that this engine has a horse. This is a bummer, sure, but now I've read another gadget. It tells me it has 10 amps. I'm already going crazy there because I was doing very well with the 2200 radial with it. The 810 drill bit with the 81 watt fridge, but now it says 10 amps here. It says horse here. Look, simple. Really, one horse is always equal to 737 watts. So 1 of 737 watts. Simple. 10 amps. What's that? Well, the voltage. To find watts directly, I have 230 volts. Through the line that the generator that I am going to buy has is a fixed 230 volts. And it is telling me that 10, so I multiply it by 10 equal to 2300. This way we will always find out the watts that the amperes have by multiplying. The voltage by the amperage does not give the beating. Don't forget this litany that the voltage per amperage is equal to wattage. Hey, that's good because it's already 1 of 2300. Okay, once I have this, I add the amount and that amount I'm adding. If I am really going to use all this equipment at the same time, then I will go to the generator that in its nominal value fix this equipment. For example, okay, this is the Palm. It is a portable inverter. Look how good it is to bring it to me and take it every day. Well, look, it says it has 1500 nominal and 1700 maximum power. 1500 nominal, 1700. Okay.
Ultimately, choose a generator based on power requirements, likely something between 1500 and 1700 watts for best performance.
And once we have recorded all our consumption of those equipment that we have on the farm in that farmhouse, and we have found out that 1 horse is equal to 737 watts and that 10 amperes, we must always multiply the voltage by the amperage to 2300. Well, I'm going to learn to know which generator. So we add all this up, and we're in here, we would have 6128 watts. This is our accumulated, but of course then I need a generator with a rated 6128 watts. Well, no, why? Because you and I know that you use the radial occasionally, so I wouldn't add it at the moment. I wouldn't add the drill either, as I use it occasionally as well. That I do need the 81 in the refrigerator, and that I do need the 737, for example, that it is the water pump that is going to start when she wants it, so I have to have them planned. And this 2300 watts, which for example is a heating equipment, well, I will only use it in the butt. When I am there, I am going to use it. So really my real consumption. That's 81 plus 737. Let's add it like this live right now. 81 watts plus the 737 plus the 2300, because they are mandatory. We have 3118. Okay, so this amount disappears and we are left with those 3118 watts. Okay, well, 3000%. 3118. But I have to take into account one thing, and that is that when I'm going to use the radial, if the equipment can, although for the start I have to use its maximum expression, that is, this is what I just did here. Jaka is giving me like this by chance, 3300 watts. I do know I can work with the 2200 watt radial. But that day I plug in the radio, no one else will be able to start, okay? But since that's occasional, well, nothing happens at that time. And look, the Jaka or anyone that has similar or higher power is enough for me. For example, the Madeira has 4000 watts, as we see at maximum, and has 3600 off. Nominal 3600, nominal 4000 watts maximum. So this equipment, which is also very portable, may be my equipment of choice. That is, whenever we buy a generator, the first thing we have to know is how much I am going to consume. Of course, if it is a builder, a remodeler, a bricklayer already has experience of the generators you have been using. Do you already know that you have to use 5500 generators, 7000? Will they also have some 3000? Because 3300. Why? Because they already know that the small concrete mixer consumes as is. That is, they already have that experience. A concrete mixer costs 711 small facade plastering chinero. These small ones, which are sometimes also sold for DIY for the countryside, are for 7037, that is a horse. And it goes great with this type of generators with no problem. This bricklayer already knows how to choose it. I am making this video for you who may have these doubts and want to choose well. Okay, know that the first thing you have to do is add up all the powers. And if you don't see your house bill and discount those things that don't go away, you won't have it in the field. But remember that what you're seeing in the bill, we are talking about the contracted power. It is from where you have to deduct things that you do not have, that you are not going to take to the field, not the average consumption of those 3000 or so that we see in this invoice that I now show again, because this invoice is giving the average. Do you mean that there will be times in this home that 1000 watts have been consumed or 800 at night? But there have been times during the day when there was a washing machine or a ceramic cooker in this kitchen that has been consuming 4005, 1000 or 6000 to find an average of 3000 or so watts that we see here. We're talking about there have been higher peaks, alright? Well, here's the idea. I think that has been made clear, and it is also important. And let me make a note for you here once we have that knowledge of the power of the generator that I also need. We have to know one thing, and that is what cable do I buy from the gentleman who I am buying the cable generator to hook my things. Well, it's also quite easy to tell you that for 15 amps I will need a 2.5 cable, but if I'm going to plug in something that has 20 amps, these are amps, I'm going to need a 4 millimeter cable. Okay, this is millimeters, that's how you buy the cable. Of course, if the generator I have is 7000 watts that has 30 amps, or that I am going to connect 30 amps, I am going to need a 6 mm cable. We will develop this aspect of the cables more deeply in another chapter, but the conductor that we are going to use to make the equipment work and that we are going to connect is also very important, and here we are going to leave it today. More information here on this page that you are already seeing in Generi.es. There you can see the technical sheets, the consumption, as I told you before, for any generator you need for yourself. There is also our contact section with all our telephone numbers, our emails. Please consult us before making a bad decision, and also very important, forbidden to stop learning.